We've got some shocking numbers. The Freedom of Information Act filed by 3 News revealing tonight 108 employees with CCISD have tested positive for the coronavirus since June. That number coming to us from the City County Public Health District also reported tonight 3 students from the district have contracted the virus. The health district does not believe any of the cases were contracted while at school. These numbers not available from the state because the state has not yet started to report positive corona cases across the school districts. All of this coming to light as the president of the Corpus Christi American Federation of Teachers Union continues her attacks on CCISD's back to school plan. Now, you may have seen this post from the president of the AFT circulating on Facebook today. Union President Nancy Vera having strong words for parents and the district administrators, urging parents to keep children home from school. Dr. Vera alleging some schools were not given adequate supplies of protective equipment and the teachers were given contradictory directives when it comes to cleaning classroom toilets. Vera going on to say that mask wearing is not being enforced across the board while on campus. Our Michael Gibson reached out to the Corpus Christi ISD for answers. He learned the answers are not so clear.
We can protest, for example, which is something I've been thinking about seriously, in front of the school board president's house and have like a train or a cars, vehicles going around her neighborhood asking her to do better and exude some leadership skills and help teachers.
Nancy Vera is the president of the Corpus Christi chapter of the American Federation of Teachers. She was talking about holding a protest in front of the home of School Board President Janie Bell. She's also considering having another drive-by protest in front of the house of Superintendent Roland Hernandez. This after she fired off a union advisory notice advising parents to keep their children home from school. According to Vera, teachers she represents are concerned CCISD buildings are not safe. She says her union members have been sending in photos from their schools and pointing out problems ranging from the distribution of PPE to videotaped back-to-school messages showing school leadership wearing masks but not over their noses.
People who in the school setting, in the schools, have not been wearing their masks or have been wearing them inappropriately. Just yesterday, I was with a principal who, in a meeting, who covered her mouth, but her nose was not covered by the mask. And personally, I felt as though that was dangerous, and I didn't want to be in that room.
For the second straight day, we asked CCISD officials to comment on camera over the teacher union claims, and for the second straight day, they declined. For the second straight day, they sent a general statement to 3 News that did not address the specific concerns of the union. In the statement, the district says, in consultation with local and state authorities, as well as other Texas school districts, Corpus Christi ISD worked throughout the spring and summer to create a comprehensive reopening plan, which is available here. Now, the plan includes best practices for disease prevention that follow CDC guidelines as well as industry standards for cleaning supplies. Our district advisory groups, which include employee organization representatives, were included in that planning process. The district did not comment on the specific safety concerns.
We're also prepared not to work on Saturdays or Sundays, and we're certainly prepared to say that we're not going to work after 6. And if we have to have a sick out, so be it.
By the way, Nancy Vera estimates that her local union is made up of close to 1,400 CCISD employees, an organization which sounds as if its leadership has declared war on CCISD and its back to the classroom plan. Michael Gibson,